So summer is definitely here. The weather is amazing, perfect day to go flying. But now it's time to check in on our May YouTube stats. So a big part of this channel is taking you along on the YouTube journey with me, sharing with you what works, what doesn't work, and what I'm learning along the way. So that's why every single month I want to take you behind the scenes and show you all of the YouTube stats for that previous month. And if you want to see any of the previous videos, I will include a link to the playlist in the description as well as in the card, so you can check it out there. And May was actually the very first full month of regular YouTube video releases since kind of restarting this channel. Actually released 6 videos this month. So let's jump in and see how the channel's doing, and I'll come back with a few takeaways. All right, so let's jump into the computer and talk about the stats for May 2020. First, every single month I always pull them into an Excel sheet here on Google Sheets, just to kind of keep track of everything so I know how we're going kind of long term. And so again, we started in March, you can see April, and in May we have 4,827 views. Watch time, you can see in minutes, is 16,000, and we gained an additional 46 subscribers. And that is definitely better than the previous 2 months, as you can see there. And this gives you the total for the 3 months we've been tracking so far. This is the total for the year. And then I do keep track of lifetime. So you can see lifetime, we're at 333 subscribers. And then you can see here also how our views look in terms of a bar graph. I put that in there. And then watch time, you can see that definitely trending up, and then additional subscribers as well. I also keep track of some goals that I have here for the year. So you can see the 12-month rolling counter and where we kind of stand with that. So lots of improvement that needs to happen, lots of growth that keeps needing to happen in order to hit those goals. I also keep track every month. I kind of update this list of the top videos by watch time minutes for lifetime and the top videos by views for lifetime. This is the top 5. And again, I've had this channel, in case you don't remember, I've had this channel for quite a while, several years now. So it has some older videos, mostly older videos. You're gonna notice the content for your podcast, how to create content for your podcast, is just crushing it in terms of views, in terms of watch, and in terms of watch time minutes. And then like Ray Edward podcast, that episode is a great interview with him, and it just does really well. And then you're gonna notice this is the only newer one that has cracked the top 5 so far. And that is how to schedule a Facebook Live video in 2020. You notice it has 11,000 watch time video minutes, watch time minutes, and then even views, it has cracked the top 5 as well, which is pretty great to see. So that's the only newer one so far. So hopefully this continues to update as we go here, and as I create more videos and the newer ones start to really populate that and continue to grow. That's kind of where things are at right now. And so that is the Excel sheet that I create every single month. But let's jump into the actual stats here on YouTube. And I always like to look at the stats in Chrome because I use a plugin called VidIQ, which allows me to see a few extra things about stats and give me a little bit more breakdown, just kind of keep track of some of the achievements. It helps a lot with tagging and SEO as well. But this is what I use it when I'm doing kind of this quick stats breakdown. You can see here it has all the key achievements for the channel. Again, this top part here is key achievements over the lifetime of the channel. So we reached 300 subscribers in May. 40K views. You can kind of see just how everything is going and how it's continuing to grow. A lot of those achievements were reached in May. And this is the top performing month. Right now you're going to notice we're 0% of the way there because we are on June 1st. So kind of starting everything over, but you're going to notice May was the best for subscribers. May was the best for views. Uploaded a lot in July 2017. And then here you see April was actually the best for likes instead of May. And then we have May 2020 was best for hours watched and best for comments. And then this is the top performing video. You can kind of see the progress where it's at in terms of views. I also like to always check out the channel audit. So it gives me the last 30 days. You can see we're plus 49% in views month over month. And you can see plus 31% for subscribers and plus 45% for watch time. And then this this is the one I've been paying attention to a lot recently, is which videos are helping me gain subscribers. And you'll notice how to schedule a Facebook live stream. That's the best performing one of the new videos I've created so far. Is definitely the best one in terms of subscribers, with 15 additional subscribers, about 6 per 1K views. And then you can see here how a couple others are breaking down. And I kind of a lot of these will go through and glance depending on what I'm focusing on for the time being. Just kind of glance at what these stats are showing me, see if I can find any patterns. I know what I really want to focus on already this month, so I'm not going to spend too much time breaking these down. Just want to give you kind of a quick overview of what this all looks like. And for whatever reason, right now, the add end screens is just not working. They all have end screens. And then I am a little bit over on their recommended characters. But let's jump into the actual analytics for May. You can see our views here. You can see hours watched, watch time hours. You can see subscribers. And then we're going to see our top 10 videos here. You're going to notice how to create content for a podcast. I want you to pay attention to this, 2015. I'll be talking about that in just a little bit, but you can kind of see that's still a very old video that is still up here in the top 10. We still have a couple other older ones that are creeping into the top 10, but now it's starting to be replaced by all the newer videos. Like this right here is an older video. And then this is the old how to schedule a Facebook live stream, which is still up there. And then this mixer review is also an older video as well. But otherwise, we're starting to see more and more of the top 10. This one was just launched not too long ago. And that one's already starting to move up in the rankings, which is great to see. Let's also check out some reach, because some of this I just want you to see for next month's video and where we're kind of moving here and what we'll be testing out. You can see impressions are definitely up. You can see click-through rate. Let's take a look at that. The click-through rate is actually down. You can kind of see where things are at. I have 5.2%. And then we have views and then unique views as well. And then again, 5.2% on click-through rate, kind of highlight for next month. YouTube search, you can see we're about half our views are coming from YouTube search. And then suggested videos is about a quarter. And let's look at external. Most of it's coming from search, a little bit. Facebook's coming in pretty strong too. Because I kind of expect YouTube search just on the stretch we're doing for that to be the biggest one. So the fact that Facebook is then coming in next at 10% is pretty significant. And then you can see just about everything it's being suggested is from how to schedule a live video. And you see the webcam did make it in YouTube search, but it's still pretty low. And let's talk about engagement. Just again, mainly just want to show you how things are performing. And then the average view duration is down. You can kind of see how things are. We get peaks during video releases, but then the view duration kind of trickles down. And then let's check out unique views, average view, and then of course subscribers. And then I'll give you a quick breakdown of what I know about who's viewing. We're at 10% are subscribed. About 10% of the views come from subscribers.
All right, so let's talk about a few takeaways from this month's stat report. And one of the big ones is that the how to create content for a podcast video is my third best performing video this month. And it's also the oldest video in the top 10. And really, the channel has kind of moved almost beyond some of this. A lot of things still apply, but the big focus now on the channel is YouTube videos and especially live streams. So really what it comes down to is because this video is so old, because it's still performing really well, and because the channel has slightly shifted, it's time to recreate that video. So that's going to be a big focus of June here, is actually making sure to kind of recreate that video and get it ready and out there to start performing, hopefully better and be a better quality video and still keep the same kind of audience that's reaching that video is currently reaching. So a big thing I'm going to do is kind of use a very similar title. So I'm going to use the title How to Create Content for Your Podcast and Live Stream, because I want to still incorporate a lot of the same elements of the video, but I want to actually move it more into the direction of where the YouTube channel is going, but I want to be sure to still get the same SEO and just algorithm value that video has, that old video has. So I'm going to do a full recreation of it. Going to completely refilm everything, and it's going to be a completely new outline. I actually haven't even watched that video in a while, so I'm not 100% sure what I even talked about in it. I'll quickly review that and then make some adjustments and really bring out a lot of the new ideas that I have, because this was several years ago at this point. So there's a lot of new ideas and new ways that I go about creating content. Hopefully, some more improved ways. Actually, I know there are. So I'm excited to really talk about that and help give people some ideas of what to talk about on their live stream and even in their YouTube videos. So be on the lookout for that video in June, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss when I release that. So that brings me to one of the big growth strategies that you can use in order to double your subscribers and get lots more views on your videos, and that's to actually go through your stats in the last 28 days, in the last month, even in the last 90 days. I like to look at that occasionally too, but especially the last 30 days, the last 28 days. Go through and see which videos are your oldest that are still in that top 10, that are still getting good views and good search views and just constantly generating views for your channel, and then recreate that video. Because a lot of times you're going to add, especially if it's several years old, you're going to add a lot of new energy, a lot of new ideas, new filming techniques. Your skills as a YouTuber have improved significantly from that video, and by recreating it, you're going to breathe new life into that, and you're going to hopefully attract a wider audience, a brand new audience, and the new audience is going to be more likely to subscribe to your videos because you're using all of the new strategies that you're learning as you're going through this YouTube journey. So, growth strategy is to recreate a lot of your old YouTube videos that are performing well. So let's talk about big takeaway number 2, and that is video frequency and consistency. So in May, like I said, I released 6 videos. That is actually less than May was my first full month of YouTube video releases. I started releasing in mid-April, but I actually released more videos in April. I released 9. And a big reason was I was kind of trying to restart the channel and wanted to get video out as quickly as they came in, and then I wanted to start getting back onto, if you saw last month's stat breakdown video, you know I wanted to start getting into a more consistent rhythm and start building up ahead and getting some video episodes ready and YouTube videos in the can and kind of ready to go as things started to pick back up with client work. Well, as client work continued to increase, my original plan was to release 2 videos a week here in May, and I did that for the first little bit. But as client work got busier and busier, it's just not going to be possible to release 2 YouTube videos, especially on some of those really busy weeks. So that's why I am actually moving it back, and even in the last part of May here, I hit that. I'm moving it back to 1 video a week. I still want to get ahead and build up that little bit of a cushion so that I can, do the client work, still produce really great videos, and then take a vacation or something like that, or have a week where I'm not able to shoot for whatever reason. So I want to get to a point where I am 4 weeks ahead. That's going to be about a month worth of video releases, and then at that point, that's when I'll start adding back in the extra videos, going 2 a week or whatever like that, eventually building up to what I hope will eventually be 2 videos a week with about 48 hours in between each video release. That's kind of my ideal sweet spot. That's a spot where a lot of people are seeing great results on YouTube, and that's kind of where I want to be. But for right now, because of client work and things like that, we need to stick to 1 video a week. So be sure to look out for those videos on Thursdays. And so now for next month's focus, it's really going to be on thumbnails and the click-through rate. So I've already been tweaking with the thumbnail quite a bit here from even the start of April, you're going to notice, or the middle of April when I first released some videos, to the videos I just released now. You're going to see a drastic improvement in thumbnail quality, and I'm going to continue to fine-tune and tweak those thumbnails as we move forward. So be sure, if you want to see the results, be sure to tune in to next month's video. There's some ducks kind of rolling through the shot right now. I don't know if you can see them. Just swimming on past, photobombing my video. Well, that is it for May 2020 on YouTube. If you want to see my previous videos, be sure to check those out. I have a list of the previous stats videos. You want to check those out. And you're going to want to be sure to subscribe so you don't miss next month's video when we go more in depth into thumbnail quality and click-through rates. And I'll see you in the next one.